Welcome back to Snorkel, everybody. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, clearly you guys know what we're talking about, because that episode was fucking insane.
Already episode 4.
Episode 4, that sucks.
Of Season 7, Game of Thrones. Holy shit. This was the best look that we've ever gotten of the dragons.
Yeah.
In battle, obviously. Or doing anything of substance other than flying around.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, they'd torn up, like, ships before and, you know, slavers and whatnot, but this was, like, dragon versus army. It was fucking intense.
Before okay, finish.
Like, the last 20 minutes of this episode, I had goosebumps the entire time, and I was, like, holding my breath. Like, I thought my heart was gonna explode and stop at the same time.
Before we get into that, because obviously that's the biggest and best part of the episode.
Yeah.
Arya comes back.
Arya does come back, finally.
To Winterfell. She meets Sansa. They haven't seen each other in years. Well,
years.
In a long time.
Yeah.
She also gets to see Bran, obviously.
Fucked up. Three-eyed raven guy.
Third-eyed
raven.
The three-eyed raven. Man. And he's obviously acting emo still.
Yeah. He's in his wheelchair now, which is cool because he hasn't had a wheelchair at all since he got paralyzed. And
the girl that's been helping him around ends up leaving, saying that obviously with the White Walkers coming and there's a big war coming, she needs to be with her family.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really need her anyway. And she's kind of upset that he doesn't like act more upset that she's leaving.
Yeah.
Which is understandable, but he's three-eyed raven mode, so it's like.
Yeah, and they've been together for so long and she's done so much for him and they've gone through so much shit together. It definitely sucks to see Bran acting this way from like a fan point of view, but then when you think about these characters that have to fucking deal with him, it's kind of like, that sucks.
Bran ends up talking to Arya, obviously, because Arya's there. She comes up. There's a funny little scene when she gets to Winterfell. They don't want to let her in for a minute because they don't realize who it is. They think that she's dead.
Yeah, that was the little like comedic bit of the episode for the most part.
So the 3 of the Stark children are at Winterfell now.
Yeah, the last 3.
Jon isn't there. He's 1,000 miles away, as they say.
Yeah.
Man. Arya also is in a very cool scene with Brienne of Tarth.
Yes, you forget how badass Arya is because a lot of times when she's assassinating these people, it's really like stealthy and whatnot. But she can wield a fucking sword, like no question.
Oh, she's one of the best.
Yeah.
I don't want to say competitors. She's one of the best knights, I guess you want to say. Swordsmen.
Women.
People. In the land, Westeros,
yeah.
I guess.
I mean, really, it's like she was going toe to toe with Brienne, like no fucking problem. Brienne, as she says, Brienne beat the Hound. And then obviously Jon is like one of the best as well. But yeah, she's a force to be reckoned with. And she also gets something that is really cool. It starts at the beginning of the episode when Littlefinger presents the Valyrian steel dagger that was used to almost assassinate Bran back in like episode 2, I think. And that was an interesting. I'm not really sure what the fuck Littlefinger's like. I don't know what he's playing at right now.
I don't know, man.
I mean, as Bran says, chaos is a ladder. Which freaked Littlefinger out because he said that exact thing before and Bran was nowhere around. So,
but he's the three-eyed raven.
Yeah, but it's interesting. Like, does Littlefinger like realize what that means? Does he even know? So, but I don't know. It's strange because even later in the episode, Sansa says he would never give you that dagger unless he thought he was getting something out of it, and it's not really clear at this point what he hopes to gain. But he's definitely. I hate the fucker, but he's definitely someone you gotta keep an eye on because he's so dangerous.
Also, earlier on in the episode, before the battle, Jaime gives gold to Bronn after they're leaving Highgarden. They're kind of like have their convoy start to move out of the battle, if you will. He gives him a sack of gold, and that's kind of his payment. But of course, Bronn being Bronn, he wants more. He wants a castle. Jaime kind of turns him down, saying, it's about to be wartime. You don't really necessarily want a castle. How are you going to defend it?
Yeah, the castle's going to be fucked.
How are you going to pay for it? All that kind of stuff.
And an important little piece, like referring to what you're talking about with the money, after defeating the Tyrells, is they loot all the money basically, and they immediately send it like ASAP, like as fast as possible to King's Landing to get it to Cersei so she can pay the Iron Bank. And they actually, towards the end of the episode, they get word that it did make it, like everything's gonna be fine on that front. So Cersei kept her word, I guess. And it'll be interesting to see how the Iron Bank helps out because now they have officially basically taken sides with Cersei.
Yeah, that whole situation is kind of confusing to me. Like the money part specifically, like obviously everybody knows Daenerys is in Westeros at this point. The Lannisters have control of the other kingdoms, basically.
Control. They got Randall Tarley to help and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And like, what is the? Not that money it doesn't mean anything because obviously money means something, but like when there's this clear thing going on, like why are they choosing sides? Like you're gonna fund. What if Cersei loses? Why are they getting politically motivated and like aligning themselves with her? Because what if they lose? And then Daenerys is there. What if she takes over and now you're just screwed? Like you just screwed yourself, and you're supposed to be in control of all the money. Like that part of the show doesn't really make sense to me. Yeah. But it's just a plot of whatever. So
yeah, I guess it's kind of like they're supposed to be this neutral power
but
essentially.
They're not at all.
But they're which kind of makes sense because I mean, even today in the government, there are all these other lobbyists that are like trying to get their word in and through all these different means. So it's definitely gonna be interesting to see, as you said, like how exactly is this gonna benefit them and everyone else in this situation.
Also, Jon Snow shows Daenerys.
This was cool.
He pretty much knew where it was, and it was almost exactly where they showed it on the map, where it would be. So I was like, oh, it's going to be pretty much right here in my head, and then they showed it, and it was exactly how I thought it would be. It was like a little easy for them to find, but whatever. They just go into this cave. He shows her these like ancient, drawings on the wall and stuff like that, and sketches of the White Walkers and basically the First Men and did they call them
the Children of the Forest?
Children of the Forest,
which are those like little freaky kind of children that were up ahead of the wall that Bran saw and that kind of thing. Yeah,
with the three-eyed raven, right?
Yes,
basically.
Yeah.
The show then that basically this war's been going on forever. I guess at one point they pushed the White Walkers back, and now they're coming back for more to take over everything. He also showed her the dragon glass.
Yeah, of course.
And I think he said something along the lines of, "I want to show you this before we smash it to bits."
Yeah, it was interesting though, like you said with the cave paintings. It's like it was a cool little way for Jon to kind of show that they do indeed have a bigger fucking threat. And they managed, years and years and years ago, these people managed to team up and take them down. They need to do the same thing now, otherwise they're fucked. And Dany's still on the fence about it, but I think she's slowly getting there, hopefully.
She still wants him to bend the knee.
Yeah, that's a kind of a key thing, and it's like, oh, like, that's my reaction.
Yeah, if I was Jon, I wouldn't be bending shit, but whatever.
So, not only, obviously, he's still trying to convince her to do that, but while they're in the midst of all that, Theon shows up.
Theon shows up for a split second. Obviously, Jon is pissed off. Says, just because you helped Sansa.
That's the only reason. I'm not going to kill you.
Exactly. Even though he did some other fucked up stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess that's kind of his rationale. And that was a really neat little moment that I wasn't really expecting Theon to show up, and Jon, obviously, they used to be, kind of together, and then all this shit happened. But, and as that's going on, Dany's kind of realizing, well, the Greyjoys are fucked. They're not an ally anymore, really. The Tyrells are gone. Dorne is also in shambles. So it's at that point when she's like, okay, we gotta do something, and we gotta do something like right now. She's getting pissed off at Tyrion, which I was kind of like surprised to see, and he's kind of just like, well, I mean, I'm trying to do my best here. And in that moment, she turns to Jon, and she's like, what would you do? And basically he just says, don't go into King's Landing burning shit and looting and all this other stuff. People believe in you because you do these miraculous things. You brought these dragons into the world. So don't show that side of yourself if you don't have to. And so it's kind of with that she decides to take little dragon guy here and go off with the Dothraki forces and basically go ambush Jaime's forces as they're kind of coming back from Highgarden and going towards King's Landing.
Yeah, it appears that they're pretty close to King's Landing, and she comes in with the Dothraki, and they're kind of like, "What is that?"
It was an awesome.
And then you can hear like them like the Dothraki word chants or whatever.
Yeah, they're yelling. You can hear the hooves on the ground. It's pretty awesome.
They come in, and then I don't know if you heard Drogon or what exactly happened, but then you realize, oh shit, the dragon's here too. And Jaime and everybody's like, oh, what the fuck?
The looks on their faces, like we've been waiting years to see that.
Drogon so cool. Literally was like blowing fire out of his fucking mouth like so fast. It was like a fucking oh man.
There was one shot specifically where you can see like the caravan lined up along the bottom of the screen, and along top he just comes and just fucking destroys them. It was so wonderfully handled. The battle was awesome. There's a ton of violence, obviously, a lot of dragon action, and the whole time though, Bronn and Jaime are kind of like the main guys we're focusing on, and we're trying to see if they're gonna live or die. And Jaime says, Bronn, you need to get to the big ass weapon that they have to kill dragons.
The dragon,
which we didn't realize that they had that with them. At least I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't too. I thought that was very strange, but I guess they realized Daenerys is in Westeros.
And they've kind of prepared.
And she has dragons, so I guess the fact that they have this, they're just assuming we might get attacked. Let's be prepared.
Yeah, I would assume that they're making others. Like there's probably one in King's Landing that they're building. But yeah, so Bronn runs to that, and Jaime in the meantime is getting fucked up. It's
when they first see them. Just to give you an insight into Jaime.
Yeah.
Bronn says, Jaime, go.
Yes.
To King's Landing. Like, just leave.
I love that little back and forth.
And he's like, I'm not fucking leaving my men. Like, even though he deep down probably knows we're fucked here.
Yeah.
Because basically Bronn was
he looks like he was scared.
He's basically said they're going to fuck us or something.
Yeah.
He said, I'm not leaving, which is pretty cool for Jaime to do that.
Yeah, Jaime, he's one of the best characters in the whole series to me because he's so complex. He has this bad guy dynamic and the good guy that you can kind of see in him. And that was like, I guess, a moment where you see like the chivalry, I guess, and the bravery that he's willing to stay and die with his guys if he has to, even though he could easily run away and get back to the woman he loves, Cersei, and where all the money and safety is for now, at least.
So Bronn, I think, gets 2 shots off that miss Drogon.
Yeah.
I believe.
God. The tension was unreal.
Daenerys is literally on top of Drogon, flying around, blowing shit up.
Yeah.
Killing guys left and right. There's guys literally turning to ash. It was like
that was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, there was one shot where like you can see the fire just whip through, and then like a second later it shows just ash like flying through. Oh my god, it was badass.
Drogon is literally flying through the air. Bronn gets 1 more shot off, and it hits him, what you think in the face or the chest or something. And everybody's seen how much damage this thing does. Hits him right where Johnny pointed, right in like in his shoulder
kind of
area or arm area. Even though he doesn't have fucking arms.
Yeah.
He has wings.
Yeah.
But whatever you want to call him. He's kind of like falling like through the air, and then Daenerys is on top of him still.
So it's like, oh fuck, is she gonna die? Is he gonna die?
Yeah, exactly.
What's gonna happen?
Drogon catches himself basically midair, and then he kind of comes down to a landing. He's still a little injured, obviously.
Looks badass.
Yeah, but looks badass still.
Yeah.
Daenerys jumps down, begins to yank the it's called a dragon killer, but I guess it's a spear.
It's a giant like spear essentially.
Yeah. So she's pulling and pulling. Finally, I think she actually gets it out of there at the last second.
Holy shit. In the meantime, though, as she's pulling, tugging, you see Jaime off in the distance. He's like, he sees her right on the ground, right in front of him. He could so easily end the entire rebellion, basically.
Yeah.
By just, so he sees a spear that's right by him. He fucking starts taking off on his horse. He picks up the spear, and you see him charging. And it's like, holy fuck, is she gonna get out in time? Who's gonna stop Jaime? Is he gonna get killed? Is he gonna get eaten? Like, what the fuck?
She pulls it out the last second, kind of turns with the spear.
And sees him,
And then Drogon obviously is right there.
There's an awesome shot, too.
Drogon literally just turns. He's just like... Rrr.
His head like ducks right in front of Daenerys where she's standing.
And then his mouth opens up and he's like... for a second I was like...
I thought Jaime was going to die.
I
was ready to cry.
I was like, Jaime's fucking toast.
Literally. I thought he was going to get eaten or just burned alive.
I was like, he's toast, literally. So, out of nowhere, right before the fire comes out, Bronn like tackled him. Who we think is Bronn?
Presumably Bronn.
We didn't show it, but it's 99%.
Yeah,
but you never know. Who else? You never know. Tackles him into the water, and then you see Jaime in the water.
He's like sinking.
He's like sinking and sinking. He could be knocked out for all we know. He could be sinking because of his fucking armor.
Shit, yeah. And he has one hand.
Yeah.
That's heavy too. It's heavy as shit.
Yeah, it's fucking gold hand.
Yeah.
Could be wearing him down. This cuts to black. End of episode.
Yeah, like very quiet. No like booming music. I was like, oh my god! It was one of the most epic.
That was
awesome,
a top.
That's top
10 episode for me.
And that scene itself, the ending, is like a top.
No, it's a top 5 episode.
That ending, I don't know, man. There was a lot of the CGI was excellent for the dragon.
And I think they said this is one of their shorter episodes. It's 50 minutes long.
It did feel pretty short, especially because the ending is so rapid fire and so intense. It's kind of like holy shit, like it's just kind of flying by. But oh man,
I'm just wondering. They showed Tyrion, not that far away, but kind of far away, and he is a little person.
Yeah,
he's an imp. Was there a horse available? He's standing next to Dothraki, so there could be horses.
Yeah.
Could it possibly be that he tackled him out of the way?
No fucking way.
Drogon did.
It looked like a normal sized person.
It was so fast though.
It was very fast. I mean, although I will say I do think it was Bronn because I think they made a point of showing Bronn survive because when he launches the last one that hits Drogon, Drogon fucks up the weapon, like destroys it.
I forgot. He like landed. He like blew it up with fire, I think, for a second.
Yeah.
And then he like landed and like whacked it with his tail and fucking disintegrated.
He disintegrates it. But I think they did a point of showing Bronn survive. He like jumps out of the way and there's like a little fire around him, but he like hops up and starts running. So I think what they did was they showed that so you could see Bronn fucking somehow makes it to Jaime to save him. But it's going to be very interesting to see. I have no idea how they're going to pick up this next episode. It was insane, and Daenerys, it's a clusterfuck right now. Even though she has been victorious, I guess, at the end of this, at what cost?
So quite literally, let's just reenact this.
Yeah.
She's standing here.
She's pulling the shit out.
Jaime is on this horse.
He's coming dead.
He's coming from this.
It's a beeline.
She turns, looks at him, and then Drogon's like...
And then Drogon's like... and the horse fucking disintegrates.
And then, hopefully, Tyrion, but probably not Tyrion, tackles Jaime into the water.
Yeah, this is Bronn for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, this is Bronn /
But, yeah, it's... So, really... there were so many points at the end of this episode where I was like, is Jaime gonna die? Is Tyrion gonna die? Is Bronn gonna die? Is Dany gonna die? Is the dragon gonna die? And then now I'm thinking, is Jaime gonna live still? Is the dragon gonna be okay?
Plus, in the midst of all this shit, the Dothraki and the Lannister army are fucking attacking. Are going to fucking battle over each other.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood. It's not just the dragon doing shit. So, and now it's kind of like, well, Daenerys, you've kind of laid your cards on the table. She's officially, because she even says before she goes and does this, enough with the clever plans. Like, I'm going to go fuck shit up. See you later, guys. And so,
I think she's tired of losing men.
Yeah.
And they haven't even begun the battle yet. Yeah. So why not just go to battle? If you're going to lose people, you might as well just fucking go.
Just go.
And secondly, I think it was very interesting that she asked Jon in front of everybody, what would you do?
Yeah.
Because he's a great leader himself.
Like, I got to say...
and she went against him completely.
Yeah, I gotta say, well, I don't know if you want to get him completely, but because I think what he was suggesting was don't go to King's Landing and fuck shit up, like in front of all these people. And so what she did is basically, she still went and fucked shit up, but it was just soldiers in the middle of nowhere, basically. So, I don't know, maybe that word will get around that she's gone fucking insane and she's burning all these guys alive, but I don't know. I thought, I gotta say also with her and Jon this entire episode, the sexual tension was real. Let's just throw that out there. I don't know if they're gonna fucking get together or not, but god damn it, maybe they should, even though they're like nephew and uncle or aunt, I guess. But
Brandon's like,
yeah, I'm sure Brand's, she's just like, don't do it, fam. Don't do it.
He looks up, he's like, dear God.
But that'd be like the ultimate power couple. But there's just so much shit going on this episode. What did you think overall? What is going to be your grade for this one?
My grade for this one, it is a top 5 episode in my opinion because of all the stuff that's happening. The battle was fucking awesome.
There's a lot of shit going down.
The best thing to happen in Game of Thrones is just the battles. My wife Christina gave it a 9 out of 10 because Drogon got shot. But other than that, I think she would have gave it a 10. I'm going to give it a 10. This was prime Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree. I'll probably give it a 10 as well. It's been the best episode of the season. I think we both agree.
Yeah.
One of the best battles and action sequences in the entire series. Best dragon action we've seen yet. And so much is going down now. I have no fucking idea what's going to happen next episode. It doesn't get much better than this, and I'm very excited to see what happens.
They would have stood absolutely no chance if she had her 2 other dragons. I don't know where they are. She definitely feels more comfortable with Drogon.
Yeah,
that's the other 2 are more like wild.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to play out in the future. But we both give it. You said you gave it a 10.
I gave it a 10. I can't deny how fucking great this was.
And I gave it a 10.
It was awesome.
This was a fucking awesome Game of Thrones episode. Easily top 5. I guess you could argue top 10, but easily top 5.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. I mean, no question. Goddamn, this was awesome. This is like why you watch the show. Like, honestly.
Guys, please check out our other videos. Please leave a comment talking about how awesome the show is. And there's 3 episodes left this season. So there's less than a full season left. There's 9 episodes left. And this one was short, which pisses me off. But I'm sure some of them going forward will
be longer.
Long.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Thank you guys for watching once again. We are super, super hyped.
Yeah, clearly.
I don't know how many
fucking toys right now.
We're playing fucking toys.
Other than that.
I don't know how many double 10 episodes we've ever graded. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, just a handful. We've only been doing this.
Any movie or anything like that.
Yeah, like, I don't know. But this was prime Game of Thrones. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and comment and like. And come back next week for another Game of Thrones talk. Thank you guys.